Not yet. Yes, now it's recording. Yeah. The next thing I want to share with you, the next question I want to discuss with you is explain the law of demand. And I wanted somebody here in this quadrant to answer what is meant by law of demand. What do you think is law of demand? I would rather wait someone to think. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. That's good. Let me see on the slides if something similar is there. Not this thing. So we have the law of demand, yeah? Anybody else wants to say? Now the floor is open for law of demand. Paulina, yes. Paulina has been super active today. Mm-hmm. 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 Paulina, you sound like an economist. Hmm? Can I become your student? Can you do some tutoring to me? Can you please? That's the kind of jargons you use is super technical. Hmm? Yeah, good job. But before I reach that stage, I want to explain this law in the simple words. Try to be as in the easy expressions. The law of demand tells or teaches us all else being equal. What is a French or is it a Latin phrase? Ceteris paribus. All else being equal, there is an inverse relationship between price and demand, which means as the price goes up, the demand goes down, and as the price goes down, the demand goes up. This is the law of demand. And I said here, other things being equal, my voice maybe now. So I can say that price depends on, or no, demand depends on price, which means that, and I said that there's an inverse relationship, which means negative relationship between price and demand. As the price goes up, demand goes down, and as the price goes down, demand goes up. So there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. It's quite very common behavior. We buy more when the price goes down, and we buy less when the price is up, increasing. But the life is not so simple. To make a life simple, we say other things being equal. And what are the other things? The other things are, yes? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Very good. Fashion is a good example. In case something is fashionable, you don't care about this. You rather buy more when the price is more. Because if the thing is in fashion, the price will be more. And people want to become more trendy. You know, we have a phrase in economics called to keep with influences. If you want to keep with influences, you want to have the lifestyle. So even though you don't have that much income, but you want to keep copy their lifestyle. So in case, so fashion is something which can fail this law, this relationship. Fashionable things more because they're in fashion. No, you know, and people want to buy more of them when they are expensive because they are in fashion. And something is out of fashion, will be having low price. But do people buy them? Hmm? Look at the dresses, those retro dresses in 70s. Do you buy them? Even though retro is reverting, right? But do you buy them? Because not in fashion. Another point this person raised was money, wealth. If you're a wealthy person, if your income is very strong, income and wealth is huge, then perhaps you don't really care much of this relationship. You can buy more, or at least you can buy the same amount, even if the price is more. But that's not the only thing. There are many more factors. I think William will contribute to else. William, on top of this? Uh-huh. Okay. So that is also something to do with the fashion or seasonal effect. Can I call it seasonal effect? Hmm? If you go to some coastal area of Finland during summertime, expensive, but in the wintertime, hardly any price people don't go there, right? So the seasonal effect is also important. What about, what about something? I know tea and coffee. I'm not, you know, but do you think tea and coffee, the price of substitute also makes sense? Alternative. So if you have substitute, can I say that if, if price of tea goes down, demand for coffee goes down. I know that. Don't go that no, I'm used to tea only, or I only like coffee. I'm just saying because tea and coffee, I know they're not substitutes. 6%, 70%, they are substitutes. I mean, I don't mind. If I'm at home, I drink tea, but if I'm traveling, I don't get the tea. If I'm at home, I have coffee. Fine. Can I say, repeat, the price of tea, sorry, what did I say? If the price of tea goes down, demand for coffee goes down. Hmm? Because if the price of tea goes down, the demand for tea will go up, and people will have an option to consume tea more because it's cheaper. As a result, demand for coffee will go down. So if we have the price of substitutes, then this law fails. And what I do here, I'm trying to be very uh,
I'm behaving like a politician. Everything and anything makes this relationship void. I say other things being equal. But when I let these variables change, then the law doesn't hold. What I say is that other things being equal means that no any type of attitude, fashion doesn't change, habit doesn't change, season remains same, or whatever. There is an inverse relationship between price. As the price goes up, demand goes down. As the price goes down, demand goes up. Word of caution here. A very big mistake which you can do, and I would be very angry in the exam when I take your exam. You say that there is an inverse relationship between demand and price. I said there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. It's true. But you say here, it doesn't matter price and demand, demand and price, okay. All right. There's an inverse relationship between demand and price. No, unacceptable. What is the difference then? Very right. When I say the relationship between price causes, price influences, price impacts demand. When I say the relationship between demand and price, then I say that
It's a price which depends on demand.
that's what law of demand.
That's not law of demand. And even for the sake of simplicity, if I assume that this law holds, then this will not be inverse, this would be direct.
Look, if demand of something goes up, what happens? See from the cause and effect point of view. I think when the price of something goes up, demand goes down, and when the price goes down, demand goes up. But now I see them reverse. Demand causes price. If demand of something goes up, what happens to the price? If demand of something goes up, price. And if demand of something goes down, is it inverse relationship? No. Therefore, never say. It's not only wrong.
Theoretically, it's also wrong logically. Because when you say the relationship between price and demand, it comes to be negative. But when you say the relationship between demand and price, it comes to be positive. It depends what causes what. So never say. So word of caution, other things being equal, there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. Wonderful. But if you say there is an inverse relationship or whatever between demand and price, no. Then the whole model become upside down. So yeah, Alan has a point. Please go ahead.
If you look at certain countries where there is obviously a relationship government and could it be possible that this could be manipulated in some cases where, say, the government has a monopoly on a certain product? And they can manipulate demand in order to capitalize on price. I don't know which one comes first.
Yeah.
Could it be possible? Because I know in some cases there's been fuel shortages in my country.
Yeah.
Not because there's no, they don't have resources, but because there's a few people who are.
Yeah.
So in order to manipulate price and play with these two.
Yes, very right. Alan has a very important point, and I think you all, I know I have discussed this before, but I think we are recapping everything today. and it's good that you people should also listen to it. Uh, Alan is saying that can government or the government lobby or the politicians can do some tampering with this relationship between price and demand? And my answer is yes, they can. But before, Alan, I hit your point, which you asked me. One factor. No, demand depends upon price. Price impacts demand, but it's very important to know what kind of products we are demanding. If we are demanding necessities, I can say food, clothing, shelter, very basic, very minimum. I'm not saying that you are dining in the posh 5-star restaurant or whatever, but very, very basic food, the kitchen thing. The price goes up, demand may not go down that much. If rice or the basic food become expensive, perhaps our demand may be a little bit affected, but I don't think, at least in the short period, we start consuming less. And same way, if the price of necessities, the very basic item that necessity is something which determines your survival and dignity, basically. If the prices of such products become cheaper, we don't start consuming more. And at the same time, when the price goes up, we don't stop consuming them. On the other hand, we have luxuries, those products, if they become cheaper, those people who earlier were not able to buy them, they see the glimmer of hope, and then they start consuming them. On the contrary, if the price of the luxury goods go up, you postpone the consumption because you will not, it's not a matter of life and death. But for the necessities, it can be a matter of life and death. If the food becomes very expensive consistently, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, ultimately we have to curtail our demand. We'll consume less. And that can cause that can put us in existential threat. But if Ferrari or all those expensive brands become expensive, nothing will happen to us, at least. We can postpone consumption. Hell will not break loose if we don't have the posh cars. Do you get my point? All the luxury brands. So it depends upon what kind of products we're talking about. That is why, Alan, you know what? In any country, even when these necessities are provided by the private sector, they're always monitored by the state. Lidl, K Market, S Market, they cannot increase the price of food items based on their whims and fancies all of a sudden. They really have to show, they have to be accountable to the state that what caused you the price to go up. But the state of Finland will not be concerned about the price of expensive brands, because that is not something a matter of survival for you. But the problem happens if, so the state knows that the necessities are something which determines your very existence. And if the state is hand in glove with some business people or bureaucrats, and the politician want to cheat the system, then it's a very dangerous situation. They can blackmail the people. They can increase the price of necessities. So they can make those products expensive, which you have no choice. There's no alternative, right? So yes, it's possible, but it depends upon the kind of, what is the purpose, what is the main mission of your country's, the state. In a welfare state, even if the necessities are provided in the private sector has to be extremely accountable to any increase in the price. Yes. So they are strictly regulated. Hmm? Make sense? Yeah. And I will discuss this point again when I talk about the price mechanism, right? Uh, bring this in here. So. Price mechanism. Let's see the quantity here and the price. This is demand curve. Do you all agree? This is demand curve. And what is it shows that the price is more, demand is less. Price is less, demand is more. This is extremely simplified model of demand curve. Price and there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. Now, would you be angry if I draw a supply curve? With your due permission, can I? Do you want to say something? Please say. Equilibrium. Yeah. Yeah. The point is that what made me draw supply curve like this? What did I draw something like maybe demand curve, supply curve? What made it make it draw supply curve going you know, upside? Basically, I'm saying that look, I'm going to prove a statement now. Law of demand says there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. Therefore, the law of supply says, the law of supply says there is a other thing being equal, there is a positive relationship between price and supply. It means that more price, more supply, less price, less supply. But keep in mind one thing. When you talk about this line and curve, think like a consumer. Think like a consumer. But when you talk about this thing, think like a seller or a producer. I mean, what's the law of demand? Alan. I say, okay, now repeat. The law of demand says that all else being equal, there is an inverse price less, demand more. But the law of supply, you can only replace the word supply with demand. So I can say that other things being equal, more price, more the supply. Less price, less supply. Think like a seller, think like a producer. So in this picture, now we have both price, demand. So this picture is the foundation of capitalism. If you have to, I think I said once that if somebody asked you, what is capitalistic society? What is capitalism? And you have to say nothing. You want to keep your mouth shut, but still want to say. Just draw the picture. Okay, this is capitalism. Which means everything is now what we have done. If you look at this point, we have an open demand and supply, and OP the price for this decision. We know how much we expended, and we also what who fixed it. Did you call the food prices, market, invisible, free market? We have an aggregated, aggregated all their weight on this line, all their weight on this line. And then we have a top row where we have decided how much we demand price. And you don't have to fix it. You got fixed organically. You got fixed automatically. All these decisions, the market force is called price mechanism. Some people call it market mechanism. One and the same thing. And this is anything. Quantity of rice, demand of rice, supply of rice, price of rice, demand for Mercedes, supply of Mercedes, price of Mercedes. We are living in Finland and you the pound, demand for pound, price of pound, price of pound, the same price which you will pay at the airport, you will all the decisions by the market mechanism. Yeah, yeah. Generally, generally works and but necessity. There are issues. I'll come to that. Yeah, yeah. So that's a good point. This is a free market economy. This is capitalism. This is free market economy. This is market action. This is one path. Let's say we are living in rice is the staple food. Rice is in the country rice is the absolute essential, absolute necessary. In this line, let's say supply is not here, but what happens? Price is going up. Price is going up. Quantity is shrinking. Remember, I'm not talking about I'm talking about society. People all eat rice. Rice is here. Here, we don't let the invisible market forces the free go. Here, what happens? The state comes. And the state says, how much price you have fixed? We have fixed 70 cents. There's a problem
storing it, in the warehouse, so that they can get more. Yes, I don't care. I put a ceiling. I cannot let the price go up endlessly. I put a ceiling. Somewhat made. I don't care about the market. If any seller charge price beyond this level, you would be behind the bar. Here, there is a direct but the state would on in case of no, there will not be all duty and complaint. You may miss. You get the point? Here, this is an exception, or this is a contradiction of the free market economy. The state put a legal case about demand and supply. Price of rice should be 70 or all went to 120, not beyond 120. Who the state in this case? Consumers, the buyer, people who demand, people who demand. The state also protects sellers.
We had a conversation related to this about inflation, where you ask if the government can.
Yeah.
You ask if member of
Okay, now, yeah, yeah. So then situation. People in this society are no longer eating rice. They have better substitute of rice. Maybe they have something more rice or cheaper. Okay? What happens? Because there's no demand for more rice in this country, the prices are going down. The free market system says, let it go down if it goes down. But think about it. If we let the price go down and is anybody getting harmed? Who? Sellers. In this case, I'm talking about rice. Visualize who would be marooned, who would be affected. Farmers. Do you want your farmers to die? Do you want your farmers poor? Agriculture. Look at it. See, it would be farmers. So what to do? Normal price. Price is now going down. Goes to 40 cents.
The state says, no, I cannot witness the price of rice going down endlessly. I don't care about demand curve, supply curve. The minimum price of rice has to be 40 cents. Can you see the nature of difference between here? Here you fix the ceiling, ceiling, yeah. And here you fix the floor. This is the floor price. The floor price is to protect the sellers. The ceiling price is to protect the consumers. In both cases, these are attacks on free market economy. Because the free market economy says that no man-made actions should impact the decision making. Let it be organic. demand, supply. We use the word invisible hand. Let the invisible hand of demand and supply curve take the decisions. No man-made actions, but in the exceptional situations, the state would fix the maximum price to take care of consumers, and the state would also fix the lowest, the minimum price, the bottom line price, to take care of its sellers or producers. And once again, this is for the essential things. Does it make sense? Yes, now I can ask you who I discouraged to speak. Alexander, and yes, you both, any of you can start. Yes, there is a normative. It's a normative situation. Yeah. The state, if state says, okay, the prices are going up endlessly, okay, let them rise. But the state says, no, the prices are not only rising, but we have to do something to stop them from rising any further. The prices are dropping, okay, don't give me the information, do something. Well, we are doing something, we will not let the price go below this level. So you're right, it's a normative step taken by the state. Yeah. State cannot be a silent spectator. In the capitalism, the decision should be taken by the market forces, but the state have to play still an active role. Okay, yes, Alexandra, you want to say something? Yes. Yeah, yeah. And I tell you something, it's not just that this happens in the developing countries. USA is the biggest capitalistic country, if I can say so. Even there, these ceilings and the floors happen. All right. So this is called managed free market system. Managed. From here to here, we have a band. We have a lower band. We have upper band. Let the demand curve and supply curve play. Whatever nobody cries foul if price is this or price is this. But if the price is below this and above this, it's a problem. So we are having a structured price mechanism, not beyond, not below this. So this is your price mechanism. Price mechanism come from demand curve. Demand curve come from marginal utility. Right? So all these concepts are interconnected. Yes. In the EU, have you heard that the government are pressing to the European Union to give more subsidies to the farmers? Because in many EU countries, the prices of agricultural products is dropping or constant, but the cost of producing those vegetables and the food is going up. And many countries press to the EU that why are you cutting subsidies to the farmers? Now, EU is a free market zone, region, isn't it? But when the states say, no, you have to fix some price, minimum price, it means they are talking about the man-made interference. Okay. You know what? I think we have covered everything today. I'm sad that I could not cover the topic which I planned, but I'm happy that we did something more useful than that. So since you have been very well behaved today, as always, so we can finish our session right now, unless you have something to ask me. Wait a sec, don't go. I have to share something with you. Yes, please be there. Alan says that how important are graphs in the exam, I would say they are very important. They're very important because you know what? If you can draw a graph, you don't have to write pages after pages. Yes. So as and when necessary, as and when required, use the tables, examples, and the graphs. Okay. Thank you very much. I have 2 sets of videos today. I would be sharing with you by the end of the day. Yeah. Thank you so much. See you next week.